Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another day in my life. So I'm going in a good direction in my pregnancy, and I have been able to stomach some more fruits and veggies, and so today I'm back in the kitchen. I also got in another workout, which I was very proud of and had to be documented because this is not happening every day. And we also ran some errands, including going to the grocery store. Grocery shopping is one of my favorite things. Also, a sweet friend sent over a gift for baby P, so I want to share that with you. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It not only lets me know what videos you like seeing, but is also a free way to support my channel, and I appreciate it so very much. So with that being said, let's hop into the video. So first off, I had to show you this fruit tea sampler I've been drinking. It's basically just caffeine-free herbal tea. I got it off of Amazon and I've been obsessed. It is so good. Also, on this morning, I had the very classy breakfast of an everything bagel with butter, a little bit of apple and some peanut butter, and then I started off my day by taking my vitamins. I've shown this a million times, but I still get asked sometimes how I make my iced tea. And I literally just heat it up and then I pour it over a hydro flask full of crushed ice. And it always makes the tea like the perfect temperature and the perfect amount. I don't know, it's really good. And then I can sip on it throughout the day, like a little ice cold baby bottle. It's very good. So I knew we were gonna go to the grocery store, so I was like up and actually dressed for the day. And I just ate my food, watched a YouTube video. Now we're gonna go back in time because speaking of food, I'm working with Daily Harvest on this video, and I was so happy to be doing so because over the weekend Dan was not home and I kind of just hunkered down. I needed to eat, I didn't want to cook, and my Daily Harvest bowls and smoothies literally came to the rescue. Now for those of you that don't know what Daily Harvest is a website where you can choose any combination of delicious, like healthy superfood foods. They're delivered to your door and the cups arrive like ready to put straight in your freezer. And my favorite part is that their recipes and the ingredients that they use are nutritious and pure and healthful. All you do is add a liquid base to your cup and blend, soak, or heat. There's no prep and no mess. And I'm not kidding. I mean, every single recipe that I got from Daily Harvest was like shockingly good. I would look at the ingredients and I'm like, I don't get it. That's it? This is so delicious. So thanks to Daily Harvest, I was able to feed baby P without dealing with like the nausea of cooking, and all the food was so nutritious as well. It's honestly really exciting for me to get to work with a brand that has all of these attributes that I love so much. They're ingredients that you can see that are listed on the cup. They're visible right there. You don't have to hunt for them. They're organic and plant-based. They use a wide variety of high-quality fruits and veggies. And then the cool thing is, depending on your specific needs, the menu is very flexible. So you can order gluten-free, keto, paleo. They cater to all of that. Speaking of all of the food being delicious, I was not expecting this lime pad thai Brussels sprout meal to be so good. But guys, I'm not kidding. Everything I had from them was so good. It felt so luxurious to just pull them out of the freezer and instantly be able to eat something nutritious. And I thought this was really cool too, because even though I was home and able to eat everything, you know, at my own pace, if you're on the go, all of these items are packaged in containers that are meant to be taken back on the go with you. So if you're interested in trying out Daily Harvest, which I highly recommend, use the link that's in my bio, and you can go to dailyharvest.com and use my code NikkiP, and you will get 3 free cups when you sign up with Daily Harvest. Once again, my code is NikkiP. I highly recommend it. And yeah, thanks Daily Harvest for sponsoring this video. Delicious organic food is like my dream sponsor. Are you kidding me? So back to the current day, Dan and I hit the road, Jack. And we made our way to Walmart. Yonder, Dan, that's where I'm pointing. I feel like a bit of a broken record because I have been saying this every video lately, but the weather has been so beautiful. Driving around with the windows down is something I already love to do, but being pregnant, especially having such beautiful weather and the wind blowing in my hair, has just been lovely, and definitely not something I take for granted. Now that I live in a state that actually has like legit seasons, I'm soaking in this good weather, people. So when we got to Walmart, I picked up all of the produce that I wanted. I have been obsessed with Greek yogurt bowls lately, so I've been going through berries like much faster than normal. And I also picked up some fresh bananas as well as these huge avocados, which fast forward, these were actually kind of a major disappointment. I mean, like, they were okay, but they were a little bit too watery. Not enough fat, if you catch my vibe, my drift. I did want to get some more ketchup from the pantry, and so I picked up this ketchup. I just liked that the ingredients were basic. It's kind of it. And then I got some more organic black beans for my pantry garage prepper storage situation. That video is coming soon, by the way. I also picked up some organic cacao powder for some chocolate muffins I've been wanting to bake, and some Enjoy Life mini chocolate chips. And I also got this coconut palm sugar because when I'm baking, this is my sugar of choice. So we didn't do all of our grocery shopping at Walmart. I knew that I wanted to go to another store this week, but we got a good amount of shopping done. I can't help but laugh at myself when I film these parts, like, oh, I'm just filming the unloading. But what's really happening here is I'm not helping. And he's the one unloading. But you know what? When you're pregnant, I don't even feel a little bit guilty about that. And we actually made a stop at Home Depot. Dan had to get a couple of things. He's there multiple times a week. And while he was wandering, getting his stuff, I wandered through the plant section and just took a little peek at all of the beautiful items that they had out. Little growing kits, some plants. I thought I was going to leave with some houseplants, so I had a cart. But I actually didn't end up buying anything on this day. I just kind of ended up perusing and looking at all of the stuff that they had. So once I got home, I, did what has to be done. I put all of the groceries away. Also, can we just talk about how big these avocados are compared to the other avocados? So sad that they ended up being a disappointment, but hey. Now I have to show you this onesie and swaddle blanket that my friend Mel gave me. You might know Mel and her husband Shane from YouTube. I think their channel is just called Mel and Shane. And Mel and I have become voice buddy, Instagram, text friends. And she sent this to us just as a congratulations for baby P. And I was telling her the other day that this was such a thoughtful gift because not only is it going to fit either gender child that we have, but this is literally straight something that I would pick. The onesie is even organic cotton, and the swaddle blanket has plants all over it. Are you kidding me? This outfit looks like it was made to go in my home, my aesthetic. So shout out to you, Mel, for being awesome. Now, this is really lame of me. I tied a bow around Zoe's neck from one of my with one of my scarves. I just thought I'd show you. And then, this is becoming a custom on our channel. Dan got in some ball time with McTrousen. So he ran up and down the hall, as he does, till he's at the point of complete exhaustion. And Dan gave him a nice little shake to let him know how much he loves him. Now, I was in the mood for a burrito on this afternoon. I saw this recipe on Pinterest, so I started off by chopping some white sweet onion and kind of pickling it in lime juice. And then I went and I picked this jalapeno from my tower garden, as well as all of this fresh cilantro, which may not look that great, but was literally the best cilantro I've ever had. And then before I started my burrito, I decided to roast this sweet potato because I knew I wanted to have it for dinner that night. So I just, glamorously stabbed holes in the potato, and then I brushed some olive oil and salt and pepper all around the potato. Once I did that, I threw the potato in the oven, I think at like 400 degrees-ish, and I set the alarm on my phone for like 40 minutes. So I was feeling lazy today, so I just microwaved up some, I think this is like jasmine rice from Trader Joe's, honestly, just basic rice. Threw it in a bowl, and then I heated up the black beans that I had in a can. They're just organic black beans. I didn't put any seasoning on them because I was in the mood for my seasoning and my flavoring to just come from my dips and stuff. And simultaneously, I was heating up more water for more herbal fruit tea, because I am obsessed. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's really good. So I decided to make the rice cilantro lime rice. So I cut a lime in half. After, by the way, I don't think I got this on camera, but I had put a little lime zest into the rice as well. But then I squeezed the lime juice into the rice, and then I finally chopped up a little handful of cilantro as well. Oh, just kidding. I do show the lime zest. Look at me go. Zesting my lime like a professional. I feel like zesting something is like, I don't know, top quality cooking. So then I took all of my ingredients and I just tossed them all together. I think I added a little bit of salt as well, and I did decide to add a little bit more cilantro, but that's the gist. This rice was so basic, so easy, and I'm not kidding you, literally so good. Oh yeah, there we go. Added the coarse sea salt in the mix as well. Now I wanted to be cool and use my, what is it called? Mortar and pestle for my guacamole, but it actually turned out to be too small for this massive avocado that ended up not even being that great, not gonna lie. By the way, I decided to take a little 2-second break and have a Ningxia Red, which is a high antioxidant goji berry puree that I love to drink every day. And then I took the rest of my fresh cilantro that I had pulled from my tower garden, and I chopped that up, threw it in the bowl, and this is the point where I realized this was not going to work. So I transferred the guacamole into a bigger bowl. So at that point, I poured out my onions that had been soaking in lime juice. I didn't want to add any more lime juice, just the lime that had been pickling the onions. And then I took my jalapeno that I also picked from my tower garden, and I diced that up and threw that into the mix as well. So then I, kind of mashed everything together and tried to get it to blend to the best of my ability. Like I said, this avocado was super watery, but it still ended up tasting like decent once it was made into guacamole. So I scooped my black beans on my whole wheat tortilla and my cilantro lime rice. Then I added a scoop of Greek yogurt in the place of sour cream. Then I added a scoop of this Casa Mamita chunky salsa. Then of course I had to add my guacamole that I just made. And that was that. Now, once I was done with this, Dan told me he actually wanted a burrito as well. So I made him a duplicate of the same burrito. And then I had my burrito with a side of grapes, and it was really yummy, people. Really, really yummy. And yes, I also had chips with the rest of my guacamole. Not the rest of it, but with guacamole that wasn't sitting on the burrito. It was really good, people. Then I took my Care of prenatal vitamins and my vitamin B9, I think it is. I always get that confused. And then after lunch, I made my way upstairs. Zoe was literally sleeping on 2 pillows like this, and I sat down to do some editing. Now, guys, this is actually a big deal. I have spent so much time in bed in the last 2 months that even I'm telling you, this is a really busy day for me now. I'm like, wow, I went to the grocery store, I cooked, I'm editing. I'm really impressed with myself at this point. Those are the thoughts that are going through my head right now. And then I had to show you how cute Zoe looked. She climbed off the pillows, took a little nap right there, and then I woke her because I'm a mean mom. So Dan and I decided that we wanted a bottle of Thieves upstairs, not just one downstairs. So we made this glass bottle. Oh, and Dan hates my handwriting. So he was like, I'll write the tag. We didn't know that it was going to smear though, and that it needed to dry first. But yeah, so when I went over to the sink, I not only wanted to fill up and make my Thieves concentrate, but also Dan had brought 2 plants to me that needed to go to the plant hospital. You guys know I usually have a couple plants on rotation that end up having to make their way over to this corner where they get extra love and care, extra water. Either they sit under my growing lights or they sit in the window. And these 2 plants were looking a little bit pathetic, so I gave them some love and attention, lots of water, kind of stirred up the soil with my fingers a little bit. And I decided that both of these plants were going to go under my grow lights because my windows are actually full of other plants that came to the plant hospital, and then I never let them go home because I liked them in the window. So now my windows are full of plants. So I put these plants under the grow lights, and actually fast forward, this was a few days ago, these plants are thriving now. It's amazing how quickly sometimes plants can come back to life, especially pothos. So then I made my Thieves concentrate spray. This is a plant-based, really essential oils-based cleaner. So there's none of those yucky ingredients in here. I can clean every single surface in my house literally with this stuff. It does a great job cleaning. It leaves the surface smelling like Christmas. My fingers never get pruny. My lungs never burn. It's safe. I love it. Now we have a bottle of Thieves for upstairs as well, which is very exciting. So this yoga mat was recently sent to me, and I will link it down below, and holy Toledo, it's literally amazing. I've never touched a yoga mat like this. It's an extra wide mat, but what is more impressive than the width to me is that it is extra sticky. If you're someone that tends to slip on a yoga mat like me, especially in something like hot yoga, this is the best mat I've ever touched in my life. At this point, while I was up here, Dan was mowing the front lawn, so go Dan, go. Yes, you mow that lawn. So even though I know I just went on and on about how amazing my new yoga mat is, which it is, I still decided to use my other yoga mat because I wanted to lay a fresh towel down on it, and it fits perfectly. So this is where I decided to do yoga, and I just got in a little flow. I've always liked stretching and yoga and Pilates and those types of movements, but especially since getting pregnant, I really appreciate this type of activity, especially at home. I like that it's slow and self-directed, and I like that it's based around not only stretching, which feels great on my aches and pains within my joints and muscles, but also if you focus on form, I know I've said this a bunch, I think it also focuses on strength as well. Yeah, you're not going to be entering an Ironman competition, but I've said this a bunch. I think that if you're really focusing on form, it does take a lot of strength to keep your shoulders back, to keep your neck long, to keep your core tucked in and engaged. To do these movements right, I think does, take strength and keep your body at least moving. So now fast forward, I didn't film the cooking at all, but this is what I had for dinner. This was my baked sweet potato. I tossed a kale slaw in some vinaigrette and I threw that on top of the potato. And then I had some leftover rice, beans, guacamole on the side, as well as leftover orange slices and some cherries. Yes, it was amazing. And then after dinner, I decided to make some chocolate covered orange essential oil strawberries. So I heated up this dark chocolate, and once I had heated that up, I took a couple of drops of my Young Living orange vitality oil and I added that to the mix. I stirred that all together and then I coated my strawberries in the orange chocolate. Oh, so good. So I didn't show the after of these to you, but if you saw my last video, you already saw them on the next day because I had these for a couple of days and it was amazing. Okay, so janky side note, we don't have blinds in our windows above our bed, so we shove our decor pillows in the windows at night. So in this night, I decided to diffuse Peace and Calming, which is the most amazing smelling blend, I believe, of like ylang-ylang, orange, patchouli. It's so good. I'm actually diffusing it right now. But I also added a little bit of lavender into the mix as well because I have to have lavender diffusing or somewhere every night when I go to bed. And then I did a couple of drops of Valor, which is my all-time favorite essential oils blend. So those of you that don't know, our dogs actually sleep with us. And I swear that this is Bowser and Zoe's like favorite time of day, especially Bowser. He's usually in bed before us, like waiting for us to come cuddle with him. He loves it. It's so sweet. So I've been having a very specific way that I've been liking, like being in bed at night while pregnant. I like taking my body pillow and having it like laying up next to my propped up pillow situation because I've been liking like lying on my side, kind of sitting up while any food that I've had that night continues to digest because I don't want heartburn. I'm like paranoid of it. Speaking of heartburn, I'm still taking this Pink Stork gut health supplement and this Pink Stork probiotic as well. Also, I have been using this Pink Stork Magnesium Mist because so many people are deficient in magnesium, and I actually heard that sometimes morning sickness or all day sickness can even be from not having enough magnesium in your body. So Zoe came to join me and hop in bed, and yeah, so that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you again, Daily Harvest, for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check the link in my info box if you are interested and use my code for 3 free cups. Don't forget to also check my info box for my semi-secret but not actually secret giveaway for this video. Good luck to all of you, and thank you again to all of you that have gone over and checked out my Patreon account. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have an account on Patreon where I'm uploading bonus content. You can subscribe there if you want to see my stuff and support me for as little as $1 a month, and I just appreciate all of you that have crossed over already so much, and I will hopefully see you guys back here soon with another new video. All right, bye guys.